Hi, I'm Sorika Sail, course instructor for fluid mechanics and hydraulics lab. In this presentation, we are going to learn how to determine the head loss coefficient for minor losses, that is due to long bend, collar, sudden expansion, sudden contraction, and elbow. We know that losses are due to maybe major loss or minor loss. Major loss in the pipe is due to the friction being offered by the material of the pipe on the flow of water. So major loss is due to friction and minor loss may be due to various obstructions along the length of the pipe. So in this experiment we are going to determine what is the head loss due to coefficient for various obstructions along the length of the pipe. Here we can see that there is a long bend. So for this long bend, we will determine what is head loss coefficient. Similarly, there is collar over here. Here we can see sudden expansion of the pipe because here there is smaller dia pipe and here there is bigger dia pipe. And similarly, at the end we can see the sudden contraction of the pipe. So here this is the portion of larger dia pipe and later on we can see that there is a smaller dia pipe. So on one side that is sudden expansion and on the other side there is sudden contraction. And here at the end we can see elbow. So for all these 5 terms we need to determine what is the head loss coefficient. And here we can see the pump which is used to allow the water from the sump to flow into the pipe. And for each section, like for example for the long bend, we can see that there are 2 fittings being done. That is, at the entry of the long bend, we can see that there is a pipe which connects the U-tube manometer. So entry point is connected to the left limb of the U-tube manometer, and similarly the exit point for the long bend is connected to the right limb of the manometer. Similarly, the entry point at the collar is connected to the left limb and exit point at the collar is connected to the right limb. And now here for sudden expansion, there is entry and exit, or we can say that the smaller dia pipe is connected to the left limb and larger dia pipe is connected to the right limb. Similarly on the other side, for sudden contraction of the pipe, first point is connected to the left limb and the second point is connected to the right limb. Now for the last part, that is elbow, entry point is connected to the left limb and exit point is connected to the right limb. So there are altogether 5 ball valves, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And here we can see that there is a collecting tank which is used to measure the discharge of water. And here there is a piezometer which is used to measure the height of collection of water. Here in this figure we can see that this is the U-tube manometer which has got 5 ball valves. And all these valves are closed. So 1 to 5 valves are closed initially. To begin with, we will find out what is the head loss coefficient for the long bend. To find head loss coefficient for the long bend, we will keep the ball valves from 2nd till 5th one closed and we will open only the first valve. So this valve has to be turned by 90 degrees so that we will be able to measure what is H1 and what is H2. Once we start the pump, water will flow from the sump and then into the pipe. Then as the ball valves are kept open, the water will flow, that is from the entry and exit point, and we will be able to measure what is H1 and what is H2. This is what is the arrangement which we can see from the top. Initially, the sump tank will be filled and then delivery valve has to be kept closed. And for long bend, in order to determine the head loss coefficient, we will switch on the pump and we will open the delivery valve. Later on, we have already seen that we need to open the ball valve, that is the first one, in order to note down what is H1 and what is H2. Before that, we need to see to it that there is no air present. So, if there is any air, remove it by opening the drain locks. Next, we need to note down what is the discharge. So, to note down discharge, there is a collecting tank which we can see here. So, this is what is the top view of the collecting tank, in which the breadth and length of the tank will be given as the observation. So, we know the area, that is B into L, and in order to note down what is volume, we have to find out height of collection of water. We know that discharge is given by volume by time. Volume is area, that is area of the tank, into the height. Height is the height of water being collected in the collecting tank, and T is the time required for collection of water, that is up to height H. So, in order to determine the height of water, we will start the stopwatch when water reaches to a certain level and stop the watch when it attains the known height, may be 10 centimeter, 15 or 20 centimeter. So, with this we will be knowing B, L and H, with which we will be able to find volume, and time can be found out by using the stopwatch. And the same procedure has to be repeated for rest of the parts, that is for collar, sudden expansion, sudden contraction and elbow. So, this is what is the collar which we can see here in the main setup. Now, already we would be determining the head loss coefficient by noting down H1, H2 and discharge. Once it is done, we need to close the ball valves, that is first one, and we need to open the second ball valve in order to find out head loss coefficient for the collar. So, here in this figure we can see that the entry point at the collar is connected to the second ball valve, and exit point of the collar will be connected to the right limb of the manometer. So, this is the entry point and this is the exit point for the collar. The same one can be seen over here. Similarly, this is what is the sudden expansion, wherein we can see that there is a pipe of smaller dia and this is what is the pipe of larger dia. So, here there is sudden expansion and we need to find out what is head loss coefficient due to sudden expansion of the pipe. So, this is the entry point and this is the exit point. This point, that is the first point, is connected to the left limb of the manometer and the second point is connected to the right limb of the manometer. Then at the other end we can see that there is sudden contraction of the pipe. So, this is what is the pipe of larger dia and this is the pipe of smaller dia. So, first section is connected to the left limb of the manometer and second section will be connected to the right limb of the manometer. And this is the last part, that is elbow, which is usually connected along the pipeline when there is change in the direction of the pipe. So, here the pipe is in horizontal direction and here the pipe is in the other direction. So, in order to connect both these pipes which are running in different two directions, we will be using elbow for more flexibility. So in order to find out the head loss coefficient for elbow, we need to follow the same procedure as we had followed for the long bend. That is, we need to find out what is H1, what is H2, and also discharge. And here also we can see that the first section near the elbow is connected to the left limb of the manometer, and the second section at the elbow is connected to the right limb of the manometer. And this is what is the tabular column which has to be maintained for finding the head loss coefficient. Now there are 5 sections which we already have seen, that is long bend, collar, sudden expansion, sudden contraction, and elbow. So for the first one, that is long bend, we will note down what is H1 and what is H2 using manometer. Find out the difference and multiply it by 12.6. 12.6 is because the difference of specific gravity of mercury and specific gravity of water will give us the value which is equal to 13.6 minus 1 equal to 12.6. So 12.6 is multiplied to H, that is manometer difference, and this value will give us head in terms of water. This was head in terms of mercury. After this, we will note down what is the time taken for collecting 0.1 meter of water using stopwatch. Similarly, note down readings for collar, sudden expansion, sudden contraction, and elbow. These are the calculations. First one is that we will have to find out actual discharge. Q actual is given by volume divided by time. Volume is nothing but area of collecting tank into height of water being collected in the collecting tank. And T is the time required for H meter of water collection. Next, by knowing Q actual, we will find out what is velocity. So velocity is given by discharge divided by area of the pipe. So it is Q actual divided by A, where A is the area of the pipe. And finally, we will be able to find what is head loss coefficient. Head loss coefficient for elbow is given by K into V square divided by 2G, where KEW is coefficient for elbow. And for bend, it is KB into V square divided by 2G. For collar, it is K into V square divided by 2G. For sudden expansion, it is K into V1 minus V2 the whole square divided by 2G, where V1 is discharge divided by area, where area is the area for the small dia pipe. Similarly, V2 will be Q actual divided by area for large dia pipe. And finally, coefficient for sudden contraction can be found out using equation HF equal to Kc into V2 square divided by 2G, where V2 will be Q actual divided by A2, where A2 will be the area of the smaller dia pipe. Thank you.